on Twitch, fellas.
Boy, I used to hate hearing coaches say get them chopping, boy. You know it was.
I hate hearing dig. I used to hate
Oh,
hearing
good
that, bro.
Lord.
Oh,
What is that?
I
Mean?
just be like, oh, you ain't played baseball. So with baseball, you get metal cleats. So when you going around the gravel, they be like dig, because you digging the metal cleats into the gravel, kicking it up, it'll go faster.
Man.
Okay.
I used to hate that jump, bro.
That's tough.
I heard that a million times. I was slow and fat first baseman / catcher.
So like, was that like y'all was running as a punishment, or they would just call you slow and they were saying dig?
No. If you got like a hit in the gap shot, they was trying to get you to get 3 out of it. So they was like, they was like dig, like get that third.
Hey, I played baseball for 11 years. I got 1 triple, bro. The speed is not my forte.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Be honest with y'all, I was really the man at hitting until like you get hurt and you miss hitting and then you like go up a level.
Yep.
Your hand, I just can't keep up. Like you gotta hit like every day to keep up with the fastest.
That's the thing. When it come to playing different levels in baseball, bro, it's like you gotta teach yourself how to play all over again. The difference in like skill gaps from level to level in baseball is that big, bro. You reteaching yourself everything basically.
Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds so awful.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you playing in middle school, you hitting at most 70 miles an hour. You play a top tier high school, you immediately throw 85. Right, 70 in middle school is a phenom.
That's a phenom. High school, you hover between like 75 and 85, depending on who is up there. And then like as soon as you get out of high school, it goes straight to like 90. Like, so if you miss any of those, like for a extended period of time, you never really regain the speed, hand-eye coordination back for a long time.
Because baseball is more, I want to say it's like you not using skill when you hit the ball, but you more using your instincts because your mind can't even react fast enough to like that pitch.
It's the one sport I feel like you cannot just pick up and be like,
you can't
try this. You gotta be like, all right, I'm gonna get this 6 months and I'm gonna try this.
You can be the best athlete in the world, bro. You can't train your body to hit a 95 mile an hour forward seam. Like you just can't do it.
Yeah, no, I would imagine. I definitely was not on nobody's baseball diamond. That was not my calling in life.
You also can't teach Gibbs 6'2", 280 though. You can't teach that either. Like, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's different sports require different things. Because, like, for me personally, I believe that baseball requires a ton of skill, more skill than any other sport. But basketball requires the highest level of both skill and athleticism. Football requires the highest level of, like, toughness and dexterity. Like, there is not a single popular sport amongst the major, like, four, that, like, you can get by in all these other sports without being like a maniac. You can't do that in football.
Now that we own it, now that we speaking about it, I know we talking about some different stuff this episode, but what you put in the group chat yesterday, Chris, that are you taking a meal or are you for 20 meals scoring 15 points? I put that in my Madden group chat, and this one dude in there said with the most sincerity in the world, he could drop 15 in the league right now.
I mean, here's the thing. I would have to ask the situation. You know what? Let's get into this because I would have to ask the situation. Like would you take 10 mil?
You play a full 48, Gibbs. You play a full 48.
So here's the thing, right? I said the same thing about football for like would you take 10 mil for like rushing for 5 yards? Even if I wasn't me, even if you stripped me of my athletic prowess and put me in a completely average body, I got to ask like what the rules are. Because like, are they determined to stop me or are they just trying to win the game? Because if you're just trying to win the game, I'm going to do a LaMelo ball and like, oh, y'all play 4-on-5. And then when we get a rebound, pass it down here. I'm going to go ahead and hit me a little layup. You know what I mean?
I still don't think in the league you getting 15 off that.
That's still tough because you got to remember
48 minutes for 40.
Yes, bro.
But you got to rely on a dog outlet pass. You got to be already at the free throw line
and you got to have a poise to when you hear them feet coming, you got to make the lay still.
Because you think about it. Iguodala had a clean layup in the finals, 2016.
But that's every
time. Bron ran 25 miles. but they all
Every team
capable
don't got a
though. They all
Bron. Every team
capable.
don't got a Giannis. Every team don't got a guy that's gonna run you down.
Bro, if they're blocking
But they
your
capable.
layup, Gibbs,
But hear me out. Hear me out. In terms of basketball, yeah, I'm not taking that one. You smoke crack. I'm not doing it. But in terms of the 5-yard rush, I'll do that all day long. Like,
I think
I'll
I'd do fire because you got to just really buy into your O line and hit the right hole. You can get 5 yards gradually. It's not one 5-yard run, is it?
Let me tell you, and this is why I said the 5 yards. What are the rules? Because like you know how like y'all play Madden, so like you know when you get in your zone or whatever, like when you like it says, let's say you got the zone ability that's like the if you win if you get 2 sacks, you can't lose a one-on-one blocking pass rush situations, right?
Yeah.
If you give up 9 yards and then get a sack, like those sack yards don't count against the 9 you just gave up. So if they get 1 more yard, your zone is cooked. If it was like that, 1,000%, I'm taking the 10 minutes.
I can rush for 5. I can rush for 5 yards in the NFL way easier. I'm scoring 15 in the league, bro.
I disagree.
In a full game, you think I can't give you 1 yard 5 times?
It depends on the rules. Because if
that's tough, bro.
I'm not saying I'm doing either. I'm just saying NFL is easier. That's all I'm saying.
Hear me out. This is why I say it depends on the rules. Because if it's like, all right, the yards that you lose don't count against your total, then yes, I wholeheartedly believe it's easier. However, you got to understand, bro, that like.
I understand those men are performing at a level athletically that I would never reach. I'm just saying, out of those 2, I think I got a better chance of rushing for that 5.
I mean, okay, I can hear you out on that. Either one is gonna be tough.
I get the ball and just dive over the line each time, like trying to dive.
I can give you 1 yard 5 times if you giving me the ball every play.
Y'all looking at it the wrong way. I would do the exact opposite. I don't want the ball. No. Run the offense. I'm going to be in there doing pass protection, all that. Just run the offense. So that way they don't think like, oh, we got to stop him. Like he's going to get the ball 10 times in a row. No. Run the regular offense and then just give me an inside zone on 1st and 10 when they're not expecting. Oh, yeah. Just go ahead and pop out with something like that. And we'll be all right. But I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to I'm just not doing it. You're not going to give me the ball 10 times straight. Because at that point in time, the entire defense knows what's coming. And I don't know if y'all have seen Devin Bush, but his neck is ridiculously big. That man looked like he don't do nothing but ride horses and do the little joints where you attach the weight to the back of your head and do this joint. That looked like that's all he does. And I'm not doing that. You're not giving me the ball 10 times in a row. Run the offense. Get me the ball in the flow of the offense, and we'll be all right. But don't give me the ball 10 times in a row.
No, I'm just because the dude that I was talking to in a group chat said not only is he scoring 15 in the league, he said he started off super crazy. First of all, I told him you're not beating no NBA player. It could be a dude at the bottom of the bench. He's skunking you 15-0 if y'all play 1-on-1.
That's what I try to tell people that all the time. Like,
he said he gonna beat Austin Reeves. He said he could beat Austin Reeves in a 1-on-1. And then somebody else came and got on his head. He took it a step further. He said he gonna beat all defensive first team Mikal Bridges in a 1-on-1.
Hey, I mean this very seriously. I mean this very seriously. Like,
Bro, he was playing.
If y'all know this dude, he wasn't playing. He was not playing.
Here's the thing. Somebody said this before, and I firmly agree. We need to bring pros versus Joes back.
We need to for sure.
That was me. I said that.
Listen, I'm trying to tell people, like, folks look at me in the gym today, right? Like, literally, the other day, I was jumping over plow boxes, like, just doing my thing. And somebody was like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, oh, my God, man. How are you so explosive at your size? And I'm like, fun fact, explosivity was one of the worst things about me after I tore my Achilles. Like, I couldn't jump like I used to. I still can't jump like I used to. I'm nowhere near as explosive as I was at, like, before the Achilles tears. And so, like, in my mind, I'm like, what do you mean? How do you do this? But in reality, to them, it's like, all right, this is crazy.
In terms of the regular human being?
Yeah.
Facts.
And mind you, I mean, with all due respect to myself, I was all right. Had I not gotten injured, I think I would have been a starter at some point in time. I think I would have done good things. There's no guarantee that I was going to the league or going to be a great player in the league. Like even my homeboys, where I'm like, man, if I didn't get injured, like, what do y'all think would happen? The ones that played with me was like, I think you had a shot at making the league. I think you had a shot, but they wasn't like, yo, you was gonna be a Hall of Famer first ballot, because like that's the speed of the game and all that is like it's unlike anything that you could imagine for the most part.
I can say I've scored against somebody who went on to play in the NBA. I can say that much.
I mean, listen, I'm not betting. If you tell me that I gotta like actually play defense and play within the flow of the offense, do not give me that bet. You can keep that bet. Go to hell with that bet. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Get away from me.
Because you might not get half a point, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you say I don't care if you say the other team starters can't play. I'm not trusting myself to score against nobody in the NBA, including Killian Hayes. You understand?
Not at all.
Like, that's...
Only way I'm scoring in the NBA game, I pray that I get an open bucket and also make it.
I challenge all the people that listen to this, look up Brian Scalabrine in open gym. People dogged him his whole career, right? His whole career. He almost 50 now. Dog walked a gym full of people that actually hoop. Like never, they wouldn't go to the league. Dog
and these wasn't like regular
them.
hoopers. These was like pro-am players, D2. You know what I'm saying? These dudes that hoop.
He dog walked like effortlessly. Like he was playing with like toying with them. Like they didn't even get a bucket up.
and that's why I said, bro, trust me, I squat over 500 pounds, right? I can bench nearly 400. It's been a while since I've like benched real heavy, but I can bench nearly 400 and still don't give me the ball 10 times straight. Because if the entire defense is keying on me, I'm not getting 5 yards. That's not happening. But if we moving and grooving in the flow of the offense and like we just so happen to get a draw when they think we throwing the ball, oh, that 5 is mine. That 5 is in the bag. But again, if 10 fullback dive straight, you're not gonna get that 5.
Yeah.
That
also,
5
Gibbs, in your defense, I don't think it's even too many people in the league tackling you coming right up the gut. Though.
And that's what I'm saying.
By themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, bro. When you consider how fast defenses move, consider how many tackles you see that are one-on-one in a running game. Like, there's not many. There's not.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
More often than not, you see like a group of guys converge on the back all at once, and it's like, I'm not about to set myself up for that.
So I'll say this. If somebody said right now all your expenses covered, you got access to the best possible facilities, you got 6 months to train as hard as you can, is there any like league or sport in the world that you think you can compete at professionally, given those parameters?
Yes, I compete in the NFL. Yeah.
Think so?
Even then, don't ask me to give you a whole season, because I know that like my body, I could get a sack in the NFL if like you gave me 6 months to train and like work and like get ready for an NFL offensive lineman. I could do that. But if you ask me to play a whole season, one of my tendons is gonna go pop at some point in time. I had 3 tendon surgeries, so like one of them is gonna do it again at some point in time.
Right.
If I was to play an NFL season.
Chris, you got one?
I mean, you gave me 6. No, I don't think I got one. I mean, I don't even think I could be a contributor. You gave me 6 months and just said you gonna work with the best trainers.
You don't think you could do something in single A ball?
Nah, bro. It's I've been like
that's
6
levels.
months for baseball. You can't really. Like, only one I would say is probably basketball, and then that's like what you asking me to do after that 6 months. Like, is it just go get one bucket, cut to the basket, get one bucket? I might be able to. Like, that's a strong might.
You want a 10-day and they say, yo, we need you to average 5.
Nah.
No.
The only one I think I got a chance
I
in.
need 6 years. 6 years.
If you gave me 6 months to train as hard as I could, all expenses covered, I can give you a couple UFC fights. I'm supremely confident in that. I can give you a couple. Am I gonna win them? I never said that. Do I think it's a if I can train as hard as I could? Do I think it's anybody out there that I could beat? Yeah, for sure.
Not Keith Lee standing over you doing the food review of your sleep body. I just knocked Josh Guyton out, and I got Mandarin orange chicken. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
You know what? One that I think I could, because I'm actually starting to get into it a little bit, and if maybe, and this is a big maybe, but I probably need a year, not 6 months. But if you let me work with the best of the best in golf, I think I could give you like 2 holes where I actually shoot decently in the PGA Tour. I could give you 2 holes where I'm like, all right,
you out, Joe.
Listen.
Let me tell you,
Golf. When you get the mechanics though, golf is like really just like it just depends on the day, depending on how you feeling that day. Like golf is just one thing you either got it today or you don't got it.
I did mini golf like 3 times in life, and I'm like, yo, how do people do this like on a real?
Oh, that's because mini golf you trying to get a hole in one every time. What I'm saying is I could get like a 0 for golf, off 2 holes.
There's no other sport. There's no other sport I think I do because MMA is too many different types. It's too because next thing you know, you dealing with especially in my weight class. Now you got Brock on you. And like you trying to get them off, and it's
me. If I did it, I'm immediately cutting to 170. Like if I did it, I'm cutting my weight down to 170 immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But if I'm working with the best of the best,
I'll be straight at 170.
And I got in shape, the best of the best at golf. And golf is hard, but I'm saying 2 holes to finish them.
By the way, even if I was to get to 6 months for like NFL and all that, like y'all got to make my KPI like be in the right gap, like be where you're supposed to be.
Yes, pro trainers.
As a defensive lineman, I'm telling you, like a lot of times the stats do not tell the story. Like you could do everything right and the sack just don't hit. Like you could do everything right and you just do not get a TFL for whatever reason. So yeah, as long as I don't have to Ken, you got to average 3 tackles a game. I'll be good with that. Heck, I might even play some offensive line once or twice. Well, a couple times. You know what I mean? If you need me to get a block on A3 technique one time. Once or twice,
I do want to preface that.
Don't let it be Aaron Donald. Don't say no crazy stuff like that. Don't. No.
But if anybody that don't know, I do want to preface that by saying I trained doing mixed martial arts for 6 years. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, a blue belt in Muay Thai. I've competed against people who went on to be like in Bellator and Strike Force and picked up W's over them. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just I just scrap somebody before the East Side. Like I can go at UFC. Like no, I'm professionally trained.
I start seeing red.
Yeah, no, I'm professionally trained.
I feel you. Folks, as y'all can see, today we are light on sports, so we going to get into just life. We're just going to get into talking. We're going to get some sports later. We're going to talk, of course, Dame and him trying to force a trade. We're going to talk a lot of these free agent signings, because I'll tell you what, with the way this looking, my son ain't never touching the football. I don't care what's going on, boy. Get on the court. Dribble. That's what we got to do here. But we're going to talk all that.
You tell your kid, shut up and dribble.
Hey, Dad, they treating us wrong.
She was on to something.
Listen, Dad, they treating us wrong at this school. Son, have you ever seen the movie Glory Road? You know what you got to do to get treated better? Win. You ever seen the movie Remember the Titans? You know what both of those teams have in common? All of a sudden, racism ended when they
Remember the Titans took the most racist town. They won 8 football games.
They won 8 games and had them white folks out there dancing with. Hey, all right, yeah, feel good. Yeah, all right, I get along with this.
What's the other one? It's one other one too. Dang, I can't think of the name of it right now though. It was the Texas A&M one.
The basketball?
That was Glory Road.
Yeah.
That was Glory Road.
That's Glory Road.
Texas,
no, it's 2 of them though. It's 2 of them though, ain't it?
Is it?
You both won with Tennessee?
No. I'm thinking of Pride, the swimming one. The Pride, the swimming one.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, that's another one where they was like, everything ended when they.
Hey, listen, okay. I saw a comedian make a joke the other day that said, listen, if they could find a team of trans folks to beat Bama by 20, they'll earn every right that they want all at once. I said, it's a shame because y'all not right, but you ain't wrong either. So let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Have a seat. It's your favorite hour of the week with the Facts Over Axe crew. We got the master, the mixing master, Josh Guyton in the building.
That is I.
We got the money man, the man playing, Chris Allen in the building.
Right here.
And then you got the little old MC. That's me, Kenton Gibbs. Now, fellas, let me ask y'all this. What is one thing that you're with the old folks on? Like, what is one thing that old people always say about our generation or something that we need to do as young people that y'all like, I see the vision. I'm not 100% against you on this one.
So for me, it's not necessarily like one specific thing because like when it comes to a lot of stuff, old heads be tripping. Mm-hmm. And like I even see people our age start to slowly fall into those ways where just like, oh, everything in my day was better or this and that. And I tried not to ever be that person. However, when it comes to like advice. Like we all had old heads in our life, or uncle, whatever, that'll try to pull us to the side and be like, "Oh, leave them girls alone, or do this, or make sure you just focus on school." And you young, you'd be like, I'm not trying to hear what you got to say, bro. Like, look at you. You 30. You work at Office Depot. Like, you a bum. I'm not finna be you. Nah, I'm about to be 30, and I'm like, man, I should have just listened to the old heads. And I be trying to get that same wisdom to, like, you know what I'm saying, the young homies that's not even 20 yet. And I know they be listening to me like, this dog got the sweat towel when he barbecue. I'm not trying to listen to him, but like they was trying to give me some knowledge, and I wasn't trying to listen.
All right, that's fair. But honestly though, some of the advice be tripping. Some of it, like
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, some of the advice that I've heard from old heads to younger people is just like, "Hey, what you on, bro?" Especially,
I'm not saying all right. I'm just saying I want the young dogs to listen.
I'm not gonna say what family, even though I know that they don't watch this show because they don't rock with me. I don't like them either. I really don't care. But it was one family that was very particular about telling the young women in that family what they were gonna have to do to keep a man in graphic detail, and I was just like, "These are children."
I mean, I feel like that's every family, low key.
What?
It was.
Explain yourself, guy. What's going on?
hey, my brother in Christ.
Hold on. No. When you say graphic,
if you want to.
When you say graphic detail, we talk about like explicit detail.
Yeah, explicit.
Okay, no. Okay, I thought you was just like the run of the mill. Like, oh, you got to do this. You got to look this way. You got to do this for the crib. Okay.
Tyler Perry,
all right,
clean and wash everything. No. I mean, in graphic detail, you got to do it. Something to keep.
Hey, wait, who's this?
It was I kid you not. It was literally a 35-year-old man talking to his 12. I want to say they were like 2 or 3 years. So they had to be like somewhere between 10 and 15. Both of them was between 10 and 15. And bro was like, man, you gonna have to do it to keep a man happy. And I'm like, bro, what?
And who was that? You knew these people?
Yes, I knew these people. Bro, I kid you not. It was one of my most traumatic experiences as a kid. Because, like, we sitting there by the pool, and I'm, like, flirting with one shorty because she was my age. And then, like, her uncle came up and was like, oh, you don't know nothing about that. Oh, y'all out here just playing around. I'm tell you what, you know, when y'all get older, if you want to keep him around, you going to have to do. And I'm like,
huh? No, bro. No, bro. Police!
You need to be on the list.
Help! Police! No.
You need to be on. Hey, he need to do that. Knocking on the neighbors' doors. Hello, my name is Charlie. I'm a registered because it was about that time with bro.
Yeah.
Chris, what is one thing you agree with the old folks on?
Man, without saying something that incriminate myself, I'm gonna keep it short, and simple, but. When you know. That's what some old folks used to tell me all the time. And even young folks now, that's the thing we say. But my granddad used to just be like, look, son, when you know something, you know it. Like, you don't have to ask nobody. Because there'd be a lot of things that happen at work. And I'll be like, why am I the adult when I'm dealing with people like double my age that report to me? It's like, why am I even having this debate with y'all, you know? And then it's a couple other things like, well, you know, you met a nice woman, you know, you met a bad woman, you know, you just know when you know, and even when you got your own problems, like, it's just owning up to your own problem. When you know you got a problem, you just know you got a problem. Like, you just owning it and dealing with that. But when I was young, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm like, granddad, you don't know nothing you talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like this when I get older. I'm gonna do this when I get older. I ain't gonna be thinking about that. I ain't gonna have no heart. I ain't gonna have no conscience. And then the older you get, more feelings you get, the more emotional you get. I'll just be like, man.
I tell you for sure, any young dog I see, 17, 18, 19, be stressing out. And I'd be like, what's wrong? Oh, my girl. Bro, ain't no reason for you to be stressed about no shorty at that age, dog. Please stop. Bro. Please stop, bro. Please stop.
Honestly, until you like 25. Until you like 25.
Facts.
Hold on. Y'all stop capping like y'all were also those young men at that age.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell them.
Yes, you know me. You know I was not. At 17,
Chris, stop. Chris, I remember this.
Hey.
That's why I'm saying that. Chris, don't make me do this over there.
Me? Down bad? Down bad at 17?
Not at 17, but I remember when you first got.
Okay, yeah. When I got older, when I got older,
that's different. That's different.
Hold on, wait. What they say on the team? You was carrying water and chopping wood, brother. You was carrying. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah. When I got my 20s, yeah, but 17, nah, you could, bro. 17, bro. I was like,
okay, all right.
Man, what her cousin look like? That's what I was on at 17, bro.
I get it. The one thing, I don't think this is an old people thing. I think this is a black people thing because, like, I don't know why, but, like, for whatever reason. Actually, I don't even want to say it's a black people. It might be an old people thing. I don't know. It might be a common sense thing. Put something on that baby head is something I'm very serious about.
Hey, man, this past winter, I said to somebody, why that baby ain't got no coat on? And I'm like, I'm washed.
No, because, like, here's the thing, right? I have never seen, like, if you got a jacket on and your baby don't, I'm gonna get mad. Like, and not
Facts.
not like regular, because there's a lot of things I see during the day where I'm like, oh, that's stupid, and keep it. But if I see you with a jacket on, and that baby just got on that little sailor outfit, I'm finna press you. You're about to get pressed. Why? Why does that?
Hey, turn your mic up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, my bad. Why does that baby not have some on? Do I sound better now?
More.
Better? More here.
Yeah, that should be cool.
All right, cool. But yeah, don't put something on that baby head, bro. I'm very serious about that. That's one thing that, like, listen, I don't play about that. Put that baby in the jacket, put something on that baby head. And anybody who know me, they know that, like, I'm a Michigander at heart, right? Like, I miss Detroit every second I'm away from it. I love cold weather. Like, I really love cold weather. I'll be outside with a t-shirt on or like a long sleeve on when it's like 40 degrees outside. My child will always have on a jacket, always have on a little hat, always. Until they prove that they just like they old man and they a human heater to where, like, they don't need that. All right, and even then, you got to be like 15, 16 before I'm like, all right. You want to go outside in the hoodie, go for it. But, like,
You got to be driving to make your own outside apparel choices.
Yeah, 100%. I'm 100% with the old folks. Now put something on that baby head, because I promise, again, if I see, and let this be a warning to anybody who listens to this show, if I see you in the jacket and that baby out there cold, you see how ready I was. You see how ready I was to call Child Protective Services on Guyton for saying the wrong thing. What you think I do to you for doing the wrong thing? Okay, they on your top, they on your bean top. But now, Josh, you talked about driving, and so now we got to get into our next question. What is your worst experience traveling inside the city, and what's your worst traveling outside the city?
Okay, so inside the city, so I took the bus. I took the bus 3 out of 4 years of high school. I stayed downtown freshman year at Cass, and then my mom moved out to Clinton Township in 10th grade, so I had to commute back and forth, 15 mile in Lil Mac to the transit center and walk to Cass.
On the smart bus to the D-Dot, huh?
It wasn't like that at first. It was the smart all the way through. And then when, you know what I'm saying, after school, they used to get they changed that real quick.
They changed that route.
So like halfway through 11th grade, you had to catch the D-Dot to 8 Mile, then hop on the smart bus. So this was senior year. This is September. This is like right at the beginning of the school year. My senior year, I staggered it. I staggered it. Senior year, I staggered it to where I was done with all my classes. Like senior year of high school, I literally had physics and trigonometry. I finished the rest of my classes early. I was out of school by like 11 o'clock most days, senior year of high school. Dog, when I tell you I got on the bus, it's probably like noon at this point. And I'm going up Gratiot. We right there at like Gratiot and like, probably like McNichols. And this one old head hop on the bus, and these dudes on the back playing music on their phone or whatever. And the old head is like, man, y'all need to quiet that down. And the two young dudes had to be 20, 21. They're like, man, old head. They start going back and forth, right? So they start pushing each other. The bus driver stopped the bus in the middle of Gratiot. It said, y'all get off the bus with all of that. And the bus driver stayed there while they fought on the side of the bus. And this was not no regular fight. This was a Bruce Lee kung fu movie. One of the young dudes pulled out a pocket knife, sliced the old dude arm. The old dude started grabbing bricks out this alley. It was throwing it at him. And bro, they fought, no lie. This was like a 7-minute scrap. They got back on the bus with black eyes. The old dude arm was cut up. And when it was all said and done, they got back on the bus and sat down and finished the bus ride, bro. Like nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. It's like they just had to settle their difference.
Can I commend that bus driver for not leaving? That's kind of crazy. Honestly,
Stayed there.
if I'm a bus driver, I'm not waiting 7 minutes. Like,
Bro, stayed there.
Y'all got a minute worth of fight before I start pulling off. Now, if y'all ain't sorted out whatever y'all got going on in that first 60 seconds, you know.
This was like an action movie level fight, dog.
Professionals only fight for boxing is what, 3 minutes? UFC
Yep.
5? Is it 5?
Yes, 5
Nah,
minutes.
bro. Nah, y'all ain't fighting longer than professionals, and I'm just sitting there watching and waiting on y'all. Nah, bro. You got, like I said, you got 60 seconds. You know what I mean?
And old head held his own. Like he got cut. He was getting jumped. I ain't see him touch the ground one time, bro. Old head held his own.
Getting jumped and got that's crazy. That's crazy. Chris, what's the ghettoest experience? What's the worst experience traveling inside the city?
Inside the city, it had to be. I was knucklehead in 9th, 10th grade. Everybody know when you get to know me, they be like, Chris is very smart. But for some reason, 9th and 10th grade, I just was not focused on school. I ended up going to summer school. So the first year, Mom's was taking me on her way to work, and then I was riding home with my uncle because my cousin was going to summer school too. But the second year, it was just me in summer school being a knucklehead. Mom was like, all right, your punishment is you got to take the D-Dot. So taking the D-Dot down Grand River from Cass all the way to Rosedale Park, that's like 45-minute D-Dot ride. Like that's a tough ride. So on the D-Dot, these dudes get on, they shooting dice. And me at Cass, everybody shot dice or played tongue. Everybody did. But this bus driver was like, stop with all that.
The bus dice game.
Hold on. The bus driver was like, stop all that gambling because I'm having a bad day and I will sit here until the police get here. So I'm like, she's just talking. They stopped for a little minute. They brought the D's back out. Somebody said 6'8". My ears lit up like 6'8". I put 10 down on the ground. At 6'8". That boy hit. I took my 20 and sat down. Bus driver stopped the bus middle of the street on the green light, middle of the street. She said, y'all all get off or I'm calling the police. And we was like, she ain't calling the police. Somebody said, shut up, old lady, to her. She called the police on speakerphone and said, y'all need to get here quick because in a minute I'm about to shoot one of them. And mind you, it's pouring raining outside. So they was like, nah, she ain't serious. And I'm like, she ain't see me gambling. Like, I'm just sitting there. Police get there in like 8 minutes. This is the first time I ever seen the police get to the...
got there in 8 minutes?
In the city?
Bro, in the city. Exactly. In the city. They get there in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So I sit there. They get them off the bus because they obviously was like talking crazy to the police. And it was like, yeah, we shooting, we getting pros, all this. I'm sitting there. The lady was like, hold on, y'all forgot one. She came and got me. And I'm like, oh, she saw me. She came and got me, said, y'all forgot one. Police made me get off the bus. And then all of us sitting there in the rain. Mind you, it's pouring. No rain jacket, nothing. This is summertime. Pouring, waiting on the next bus. No, we ain't got no umbrella. No, we ain't got no jacket because, Michigan, it was sunny in the morning. So who thinks to look at the weather?
The nastiest type of rain, too.
Man, you're going to be sticky the whole day.
Exactly. It's gross,
bro, I'm talking, it's pouring. You got cars. We got to bag up from the curb because cars blowing water up. Dog. Yeah. So I was so sick. I didn't even stand next to them while they was talking about, man, we about to get it in on the bus. That's the first time they ever tripped on us on the bus. And I was just like, bro, this is like, I ain't get home for like another, like, I want to say hour and a half than I'm using my normal time, bro. It was rough.
Y'all ever fell asleep on the bus and had to walk to the crib?
What?
Nah.
Man, it was, I only ever fell asleep on a bus once, bro. It was a smart bus. Wasn't nobody on it, though. I was exhausted.
I missed my stop before.
I woke up at 18 Mile, bro.
18 miles.
Yo, 18 mile, bro.
Wait. Where even is 18 miles? Is that
Too damn
sound like
far.
That's
something
over there
South
by
Bend,
the.
like,
That's by that old. That's by that other Joe Dumars gives. That one that's far out. You know the ones that we couldn't
Yep.
get to. We used to go to the fields on 8 Mile. That's that one out there where them folks go. You know them other the Joe Dumars for the folks.
18 and Gratiot. That's what it was. 18 and Gratiot.
I was about to say that got to be deep east because like that's not. Because I know the suburbs on the west. I don't know the suburbs on the east. Ooh,
I woke up
18.
a Hall Road, bro.
Boy, that's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna tell you, my worst one, and my brother's in the chat, so he probably gonna hear this and say, "You did what?" And I'm sorry, it wasn't. Sorry, So I didn't come from the family of the most means in the world. You know how that go. And my story, a lot like Chris's, has a lot to do with gambling. So early in the day, I'm striking. I'm going.
Hey, we was
crazy.
feeds and cash, bro.
I'm on it. Listen. This how hard I was striking that day because I will never forget this day because it was one of my best days.
You
ever.
probably got up on me that day.
Here's the thing. Chris talked about tonks and dice. I never shot dice. I was always a tonk guy. This day I decided to shoot some dice. I decided to combo that with the tonk because I came up so much from tonk. So I start off with like $5. I walked in school praying. I said, Lord, I'm finna go and I'm gonna get on this tonk table and I need something before school. 'Cause I don't know how I'm gonna eat for the rest of the week. I need something. I went crazy. I mean, everybody that got on the table with me was getting up, pockets clean, peeled, boom, boom. I want to say I ran it up for like 150, and I had some outstanding debts with it. Like people was like owed me from that with it. I'm like, all right, bet. Let me go get on the dice. Like, let me go get on the dice. The dice went well for me. I'm like, all right, bet. This is my first time ever doing this. This all right. This cool. I hit for like 50 on dice. I'm like, all right, bet. I got a smooth little 200. I'm like, all right, bet.
Hey, Gibbs was famous for the audience. I'll paint the picture. Gibbs was famous for whooping your butt in tongue and not even know how to shuffle. And he let you do IOUs. Gibbs will be like, you can do IOUs all day with me because I'm going to get my ends.
So let me tell you, I came up like legit. I came up like 400 that day in total. Like I was striking. I was hotter than fish grease. I mean, I was on it. And then I'm like on the bus on the way home, and this lady like sees me and my so first thing first, everybody that I was rocking with, all my friends got chicken and all that. Like some of the dudes I was striking, I bought them food at lunch. So we was like, I spent like 50 on lunch for like myself and everybody else spent like 50. So now I'm down to like 150. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I got 150 to get through the rest of the week. We up. You know what I mean? Because my mom boy give me no nothing like that. So I get on the bus. And I remember I told my mom, I said, yeah, I got some money. I'm gonna break you off when I get home, yada yada. So I already put a whole Benji away from mom's. I'm like, all right, bet that's gonna be her bread. So now I got 50 left. And mind you, it's like Tuesday. So I'm like, all right, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can get through $17 a day. That ain't no problem. This lady on the bus was like crying like the whole ride. And like I had to catch two buses. I had to catch the Grand River down to Greenfield or down to Warren, and then either the Warren home or the Greenfield home. So I'm thinking like, all right, she finna get off at the Warren stop, so like we good, cause she got up to get off near the Warren. I'm like, all right, bet, like, cause like it was kind of annoying me, but I was also kind of sad. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, all right, she finna get off. Cool, like I ain't got to see this no more. And I felt bad about it because I'm like, oh, I should have helped her out with whatever was going on. But then I'm like, all right, she finna get off. And then she sits back down and like is like still going past Warren. I'm like, all right, see, I was finna get off on Warren until I saw her finna get off on Warren. Then I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do it. And then I'm like, all right, God. I said, listen, no cap. On the bus, I said, all right, God, if she get off on Greenfield, I'm gonna ask her what's wrong. I'm gonna give her a little bit of money. Now, y'all know how it go. You didn't carry around 50s and 100s and big bills, especially if you was hitting on table. You had like wild of like singles and fives and all that. So this lady still crying. She get off on Greenfield where I get off. I'm like, all right, bro. I done promised God I was going to ask. So I asked her. I said, what's going on? Are you okay? Yada, yada. She was talking about, I don't know how my kids going to eat. And I don't know how I'm going to catch the bus tomorrow to work. I'm like, oh, my God, bro. Like, what's going on here? So I said, here you go. You know, God been a blessing to me, so I'm gonna bless you. I gave her 20, but mind you, she saw all of the pros when I pulled out the 20. Bro, I kid you not. This woman was literally on her knees begging, like, please, I need the rest of it. And I'm like, please have some self-respect. Like, this is uncomfortable.
Asking a child is crazy, though.
Bro, this was so uncomfortable for me. And I'm like, all right, forget it. I gave her the whole 50 for the rest. And then I thought about it when I got home, and I'm like, I just came up $400 to still be at zero when I come back to school tomorrow. Bro, what just happened? What did I just do? Like, I was tripping. I had to borrow money from my sister to catch the bus back to school to collect on the IOUs to eat the next day. I was out there bad, boy. I was out there bad. It was a tough time. It was a
Hey, bro, could you imagine us having FanDuel at Cass, bro? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro.
Especially, they would have had to institute a no gambling policy.
Dog, they already had what I found out when I got caught shooting these. And I got suspended. That's in the code of conduct for violation. You're not supposed to gamble.
Hey, man, it's yeah.
Like on guys B17 in the code of guidelines. Me and Delano got suspended for shooting in the bathroom.
Oh my God. I would never gamble at school. Statute of limitation right now. Man, don't nobody give a damn about no B17. What?
Hey man, my come up was the games. Chris, what was my man's name? We had Lewis with the glasses.
Who you talking about?
He said right at our table.
Joe.
Hey, I came up. I gave up 300 on him off some 2K, dog. He bet me 50 a game. I was right at 6 in a row, dog.
Bro had the whole portable system hooked up on his laptop, bro. You plug your controller into his junk, he was playing the game. I was like, bro, what?
I came up 300 off dog on 2K.
Man, the way I was crying when Butcher came and broke it up at Simon when I had the Xbox down there rolling. He came in there and was like, oh yeah, Gibbs, you owe me. I said, bro, what?
Man, Simon's was the classic.
Oh my God. Dog, I used to go get out. Bro, y'all don't understand. We all went to high school together, in case anybody that listens to Facts Over X did not know. Shout out Mr. Simon. When I tell you his classroom was this, bro, I used to go and get lineups before work. And Mr. Simon, bro.
Hey, bro, I bet you nobody in today's schools can tell a story like Mr. Simon, bro. Literally, you could go to Mr. Simon, get you some food from outside campus because he'll DoorDash it for you or whatever it was at the time. You could get a lineup. You can gamble. You can skip class. You can change your fit on free just day when you finesse a wristband on somebody leaving early. You could.
There was an exposure room that was somewhere near there where pictures were not the only thing being exposed back there. I'll leave it at that.
I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah.
But Simon legit didn't know about it. I don't think he knew about that part. Like,
ain't no way.
Ain't no way he knew, because like that was, like you never just you knew the rules was if you was gonna bring a shorty, you never bought her by herself like you and her type deal. You just didn't do that. So but anyway, go it. We probably done got a lot of people to lose their jobs. Just off this show.
Man,
we got to talk about people who, for legal purposes, we're liars, and this is all jokes. None of these things actually happen.
Yeah, I used to go get a lineup allegedly.
Exactly. Coach Butcher never took a dime from me.
He talking about his geometry class. He just told you he had trigonometry. That's the line of you.
Yeah, that's what we talk about.
Yeah, the hypotenuse.
But exactly. But when we talking about these pros and what was going on there, we got to talk about the ultimate come up, which has been this year's NBA free agency. I'm gonna tell you a player. You tell me if the pay was right, or if the price is right, or if it was an overpay. All right, y'all help me out here, okay? We gonna go rapid fire on these bad babies. Jeremy Grant, 160 to Portland.
Overpaid. We didn't even talk about that one, bro. You're not giving a max deal to somebody who's never going to be an all NBA performer.
I'm going to tell you, it's only an overpay because Dame still wants to leave. If Dame wanted to stay, hey, you paid what you had to pay to keep your star happy. You paid it and Dame still left? Oh, that stank. That stinks.
And not to mention all the years you put on it, too. Like, you're into that.
It's 5
Yeah,
years.
you locked into that now, like, and somebody that never really he only averaged 20 a game when he played with the Pistons, I believe.
What
And
did
that's a
Peasy
contract
say?
that's not tradable.
What did Peasy say? If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Ain't no
'Cause
switching
they
up.
can't go nowhere. That boy, they couldn't switch on that man if they life depended on it. All right, Fred VanVleet to Dallas. I'm sorry, to the Houston Rockets for 130. Price is right. Overpay, underpay. What y'all thinking?
I think that was right. I think that was right. Everybody did them bold, but let me tell you this. He adds defensive at the one position. He adds veteran leadership to a team that needs it more than anybody, especially with the Jalen Green fiasco going on right now. He also brings somebody that played a key point in the championship team, believe it or not. And he's a former All-Star, and he could be an All-Star again this year, depending on how he plays. So
He's not
to
making
me,
it to the All-Star game. Not in the West. That's crazy.
Not in the
yeah,
West.
it's tough in the West. It's tough in the West. But to me, that's not a overpay to me.
I will say the price is right. The Rockets got the money to blow. It's not too long of a contract where it's hindering their young talent from developing. I'm personally not a fan of giving somebody with Fred VanVleet's production that much money, but at the same time, if that's the price that you needed in order to bring them over, I think it does more help than hurt.
It's a win-now move, which doesn't really correlate with the tanking, but we tank for 3 years. It's a move to get us closer to the playoffs, get some playoff experience for the young guys, and then when they get the experience, he off.
Let me get one guy in here that we didn't put on here, but I just now thought of it. We got to get him in here. Austin Reeves, 4 years, 56. Overpay, underpay, price is right. What y'all got going on?
You know what's crazy? He underpaid.
He underpaid.
Austin Reeves is underpaid.
Hey, listen. I'm not one of those people that calls LeBron Le GM, but if this was a Le GM, this is the reverse Jerry Heller. Because locking him down, locking Austin down for 4 years on 56 is insane.
And he young, he gonna do nothing and get better. Y'all gonna call me crazy. It was a lot of points in that Denver series where I could say he was the number one option on offense to go get you a bucket.
Down the stretch, he was their best option at multiple points.
And that's so sad to say when you got Anthony Davis on the floor at his prime. Like, that's so sad to say, though.
Disgusting. Hey, listen, holy fleece, Batman. His agent, he finna get signed to Clutch Sports because he is not doing this again. He is everybody that Clutch touched got a crazy bag.
A bag.
You know, I'm just saying. Maybe he really loves LA. You know, maybe he really enjoys the Hollywood Walk of Fame and all that. Maybe he enjoys it. You know, maybe that's what it is. But holy fleece, Batman, what an underpay. You have. Wait, what did Kyrie get from Dallas? Did Kyrie get?
He got the max. He got 170 something.
It was only across 3 years though, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Well, how much did he get across those 3 years though? How much did Kyrie get across those 3 years? You know what? We'll skip over him and we'll come back to it. Let's talk about the main man, Draymond. I believe he got 100, right? He got 100.
Yeah, he got 100 over.
100 over 4.
100 over 4.
Yeah.
Overpay, underpay, price is right.
I'm gonna go price is right. You could make the argument that Draymond is a little overpaid just because of the age he's at. But what he brings to that team and like the chemistry that they have as a team, you really is going to be a really high price for you to be willing to break that up, because that is a roster where under the right circumstances you can try to squeeze one more ring out of that core.
Okay. Chris, underpay, overpay.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's an underpay. For what
Really?
he brings.
Under?
They 1 year off a championship. Come on now, what are we talking about here? They 1 year off a championship, and he's the defensive anchor on a championship team, a 4-time championship team.
Yeah.
Come on now, he's underpaid. Offensively, he might not be there, but the minutes him and Steph play on the floor, they are a completely different team.
He brought up a very valid point on we don't like to bring up the podcast, but on podcast he brought up a very valid point.
Hey, podcast be like that though.
That's a fire podcast. He said the Warriors championship window was not closed, and I believe him for this reason. He said Chris Paul brings a lot to the team, which I didn't think about, just in the scope of bringing playmaking and creating options when Draymond and Steph is not on the floor. Because if you look at all of their championship seasons, Draymond and Steph played a considerable amount of time together. But you couldn't do that last year because the bench had nobody that create their own shots and nobody that could play make for others. So you had to split up their time a lot. If Draymond and Steph get to spend time together and Chris Paul, if healthy, can create for players off the bench, that they might be cooking with something.
In the words of Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? I understand that you're part of 4 championships, but brother, you're on the wrong side of your peak here. I think that we've seen Draymond play the best ball we're ever going to see him play, which is still a high level. Don't get me wrong. I think he still has a high level in him. But by the end of this contract, it'll be a legacy contract. Like we paid him because he won for us, not like he's earning.
And that's how you get reputation as an organization, though. That's
fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay, now we got the full numbers on Kyrie. We're looking at. I can't believe I got to say this out loud. 3 years, $126 million. Overpay, underpay, Price is Right.
Overpaid. I hate to say it about Kyrie. I hate to say about Kyrie, man. Kyrie is overpaid in this situation because one, your ceiling with him being on your roster making that much money in Dallas is not a championship, and two, let's say you can make that money back in ticket sales. You can make that money back in jersey sales. We don't know if Kyrie is going to be on the floor enough in order to produce those results either.
I think the price is right because if you look at the upside and you look at the other moves that Dallas is able to make since he took, he took a longer term deal. They can make other moves now to kind of like cater to Kyrie and Luka. Now that you got them both locked up longer, it was a lot harder for them to make moves when Kyrie came at the end of last season because you didn't know if Kyrie was going to sign back. So now that you got Kyrie locked up, and let's just say Kyrie is motivated, 2 to 3 years, I think that's about the right price you pay for a Kyrie type talent.
I hate to have to say this, but I'm stuck between the Price is Right and the overpay. I'm stuck between the two for Kyrie for this reason. Part of me says you have to give something to Luka to say, look, we're trying really hard to get you what you need. But the other part of me says Kyrie had no leverage. He had who else has the money to get him what y'all wanted to get him? If you said, even if you took this down, $10 million, who could match 30?
True.
Who around the league could feasibly match 30 right now that puts Kyrie in where he wants to be?
Only teams that was available was the Pacers, Rockets, and I think the Hornets, the only teams that had the money available.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm sure Kyrie would have a great time in Indianapolis.
That boy lose his mind. He'd be like, the earth is flat, y'all. I'm seeing it.
You said the Pacers, the Rockets, and the Hornets?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Charlotte and all of their stability, that would be a model of what Kyrie needs right now. And their owner, what a cool guy.
That's the best owner in the league, but.
Or wait a minute. Do they even have an owner right now, considering the team is up for sale? Do they technically have an owner?
No, he's still the owner.
Yeah, technically he's the owner.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. And the Rockets. They're the Rockets. Nothing else needs to be said there. I mean, come on.
95, 96, baby. 94, 95. 94, 95.
Hey, good for them. Good for them. But Hakeem the Dream ain't walking through that door. Speaking of the Rockets, Dylan Brooks for 80, baby. What we thinking?
I'm gonna let Chris the Rocket man. I'm gonna let him handle that first. Go ahead, Elton John.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Dylan Brooks not as bad as people say he is. He just make himself look like, okay, you know that one kid in school that was like cool when you got to know him, but all the girls was like, man, he irritating though. You know what I mean? Like he cute, but he irritating. Like, I was that dude back in the day, by the way. But he
terrifying.
Dylan Brooks was like that guy that was like, I could see one day he could make a lot of money in this league, but 80 M's is crazy. 80 M's is crazy across 4 years. Is he a 20 million a year guy? No. But could he be one if he shut up and just hooped? Yes. Defensively, Dylan Brooks, it don't get much better defensively than Dylan Brooks. Like, name another wing defender that's light years better than Dylan Brooks.
That's fair.
That's true.
And then when you add in that he can shoot the 3-pointer, he can play make a little bit, and he can score the basketball. We talk about somebody that averaged over 10 points as like a fifth option, right? I mean, to me, it's overpaid, but I think it was a good move overall.
Absolutely.
Overpaid.
Okay.
Overpaid. If you can't get somebody $20 million a year that has statistically the worst playoffs in the history of basketball with the amount of minutes that he produced. Yeah, the name and the fact that it might bring some eyes to the Rockets and they're trying to make a move. Yes, that makes sense, but you cannot pay Dylan Brooks $80 million. This would be the equivalent to 2014, a team throwing Lance Stevenson 4 years, $80 million.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Lord
But like Lance a hooper if he kept this together. If Lance kept this together, Lance would make you dance.
That's a bit. The only thing is this. The only thing is this that I will say about Dylan Brooks. If he can get over like whatever that case of the yips was that he had in the playoffs that messed with his shot, he'll be all right. Like, don't get me wrong. He was not terribly efficient during the regular season. I'm not saying that. But when he got to the playoffs, it was like them lights are way too bright. Turn them lights down. Turn them off. Turn that light off right now. He gaslit himself into shooting like, what was it, 20% or something like that from deep in the playoffs?
It was 13, I believe.
Oh, that's nasty. It almost made me do the Hank Hill. Whoa. That was terrible. That was just god awful. But either way it goes, that's a tough time for him there. But if he can get over those yips and get his shot somewhat back right and get back to what he was defensively during the regular season, I think he'll be all right there. But Chris, we got to end it on your Rockets too. Because
we ain't gotta go there, bro.
We got to go there.
I don't want to go there.
But I guess Chris, what's going on with your man Jalen Green? Is that regular? We all were high school athletes, so let me ask this: was that regular high school roughhousing, as they say?
No. When I went to Farmington Hills, that was way more normal than Detroit public schools. When I went to Farmington public schools,
you know what's crazy? Somebody was talking about that. They made a video about it online. Bruce Rants on TikTok. It's a hilarious page. And he was talking about how, like, you just haven't been around enough young men who have played sports. And I made a rebuttal to that, like, brother, I got 2 state championship rings, 1 college bowl game ring. We never did nothing like that. And somebody commented on that post, like, hey, he probably went to a mixed school or a school with a higher percentage of kids that didn't look like that.
I will say I knew of someone, how do I phrase this? I knew somebody who went to Cranbrook, and they were friends with a lot of people on the swim team. Mm-hmm. And they had a tradition that when y'all got a big meet coming up, y'all go in the locker room and shave each other pubes before the meet.
Yeah. Nothing was that crazy, but I don't even want to get into that. That's disturbing. Yeah. But anyway, going to Farmington, that's the kind of stuff they did
on Papa Doc crazy. No, because now I'm looking at Papa Doc like, hey, bro, what teams was you on? No, you got to tell me something, Anthony Mackie. That's why Samuel Jackson don't want to hang out with you. But go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Going to Farmington, that was like what they did, though. Like, they did stuff like that. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Going to Farmington Public Schools for that 1 year, I used to be in the locker room. I changed. And then you would look next to you, and they doing some fouls, like, thinking it's cute, funny. And then when I got to college, same thing. Thinking it's cute, funny. Like, hey, let's go take a shower together. Then they go run in the shower. I got to get in the same stall for the shower together. Like, they was really, like, they did stuff like that. So what this just tells me is, for one, how does a video that happened so long ago get out like this? Like, for one,
somebody was sitting on it. Somebody was sitting
on it, waiting on it.
Why does this video exist is my question.
Like,
even if you're going to do something like the 2 videos that we saw of him, which is crazy, by the way. One video was crazy enough. Like, if you're going to simulate going to Pound Town with your mans, at least put the cameras away. Ew, buddy.
Nah,
weird.
But
you're weird.
I never, ever did nothing to that magnitude. Never thought about doing nothing to that magnitude. Like, You know, like you might joke, but like, hey, bro, like, yo, man, you know, he dressed up, he looking kind of sharp today. You know, he might do something like that, but something like what he did, bro, nah, that's wicked. That's wicked.
I'm gonna jump in right here, Josh. I'm gonna let you finish this off, and then we're gonna close this thing out. Here's a fun fact about me that most people don't know. I hated being patted on the butt when I played. Absolutely hated it. I did not like it at all.
Word.
If I did something good, pat me on the helmet, pat me on the shoulder, slap me on the back. Do not pat me on. I did not like it. So obviously, Cass wasn't with none of that because I would have transferred. I would have been gone. Hey, bro, get me out of here. Get me out of here. There was one tradition we had that was like, it wasn't. I'm not even going to get into detail on what it was, but it was nothing like any homoerotic thing whatsoever. Like it was literally like it was a tradition that we did that like every player has to go through it, but it wasn't no crazy. Nobody was going to pound time. Nobody was doing any bumping, grinding, humping, nothing like that.
That's wicked. That's wicked.
Yeah, that's wild.
And to make noise too.
And again, maybe we just don't know. And Chris is backing up the anecdotal evidence here, but maybe it is just.
It's that side of the world. It's that side of the world, bro.
I'll never forget. Somebody told me about some of the stuff they used to do at Catholic Central, and then we heard that they had booked a bunch of like hotel rooms downtown for when they were supposed to beat us in the state championship. And I remember after we whooped the wheels off them, we all celebrated all that, and then somebody said they are all boys school that booked hotel rooms. Who was gonna be in the hotel room? And I never thought about it, and I was just like, "Hey, yo, what? That is insane." But go ahead, Josh. Finish this off. What is that normal? Is that something that you've seen in your sports experience, or did he take it too far?
One, took it too far for sure. Even if like that's your sexual preference, I can't even think of no situation in which you simulating that action with the homies and thinking it's funny. Maybe we just grew up different, but at the same time, I can say I don't know where Jalen Green grew up. I don't know where he went to school, but I do know when you talk about regardless of how much I talk about. How do I phrase this on our show? Regardless how much you see me talk about white folks, like I got a pretty good mixed group of like friends. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to sit here and say I don't have no white friends. Like I got a group of friends that's from all over the globe.
Right.
They sense of humor, especially at that age, be a little bit out there. And I done had some white homies that like try to tell them kind of jokes or try to be on that type of time, and I gotta set it real early. Like, yo, I'm not on that. Stop that right now.
We are not with that.
Yeah. So I can say, depending on where he went to school, depending on who his homies were. I mean, looking in the video, it was all people that look like us. But at the same time, if that's where they grew up, like that's kind of be their sense of humor at that age.
I mean, hey, he's from Fresno, California, so maybe that's just how they.
That might be how they get down.
I guess.
Boy, that video would have been everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. Wilshire would have saw that video, bro.
Listen, I remember it was something that was much less salacious than that. That pic got out, and next thing you know, that John spread like wildfire. I'm like,
hey, it was on the confession lockers.
oh. Listen, all I gotta say is FaceTime was nefarious when it first came out, and keep your ice skates to yourself, children. But anyway, we gonna get y'all on out of here because we know y'all tired of us talking about Jalen Green and the Rockets and Ime Udoka and what that locker room gonna look like coming up pretty soon. But come on back next week and the week after that and the week after that. Peace and love, y'all.